boy, I was awfully young. The seniors were kids that were on the varsity basketball team. I was only a few years older than them. I was scared to death that I wouldn't be good enough. So I was just trying to keep my head above water. But I had great mentors.
I went in and met Brother Dominic. One light hanging from the ceiling, and it was full of all old desks, and it was dark and kind of dank. And he said, "What do we need to make this an art room?" That was kind of how it all started. I would have never imagined, however, that it would turn into what it did.
How lucky was I to get a job as an English teacher? But to me, it was, at that point, another job. But I didn't realize that it was much more than that. As the years went on, I began to realize that my colleagues were also my friends, and that work was much more than work.
You know, we went out every Friday together, and we spent a lot of time together, and we came to all the football games. But it also built kind of a spirit and a sense of community among the younger teachers.
Very similar to what we have today. A group of young faculty members came on the scene, and from there we grew as a group and individually. We cared about each other. Maybe we got that because we saw how our students cared about one another.
St. Joe's had a colorful cast of characters. It allowed the teachers to have their personalities. That was part of what made St. Joe's great, I think.
It's a great discipline. I loved teaching it because all you're doing is just telling stories. You're on stage, you know, and I think it's a really easy subject to connect with your boys, your kids. What I wanted them to get out of it, an appreciation for life, how you treat one another.
Whenever I go into a classroom, to me, two things are essential. That I have to bring in a sense of zeal and enthusiasm for my faith. I have to create that energy. I have to create that desire to learn in the students.
What I like about geometry in particular is that it trains your mind to think in logical patterns. And that helps you in any endeavor that you take throughout your life.
Kids, in most ways, have remained pretty consistent. They're all looking for leadership, guidance, values.
We prepare young men to be respectful of other people, and thereby, hopefully, they're going to become good men later. It's very important that our young people trust one another, believe in one another, and I guess, too, that begins with believing in themselves.
As I continued on and I got into my last few years of teaching, I was enjoying it more and more. I was feeling closer to the students in my latter years than I ever had before.
I realized that it was time, you know. I still smile about it. I have to be by Ben Gay, tons of Ben Gay, because my face hurts from smiling. I love retirement.
The older retirees, we meet every third Tuesday of the month for breakfast at the Royal Restaurant.
You know, I've been retired for 6 years and still trying to figure out what I want to do when I grow up.
I'm hoping my grandsons come to the school not because they'll get a good education or because they'll go far or maybe be successful in whatever world or vocation they choose, but that they'll be good people more than anything else.